Yes, I know they're ineligible. My uncle's boat is in that bay. They've been popping Crisco on yachts with dirty hookers all summer. No, I don't care if Vegas pulled the lines. You know I had my money in before then. Yeah. Fuck you too. I once made a 4-figure wager with a pledge brother about which participant in the Dixie Show would squirt first. I'm Dick Perry, and I'll fucking bet on anything. Dick Perry, junior analyst here at Rich & Price. You know what gets my juices going? A 3-team parlay with 2 weeks' pay on the line. That's what floats my boat. That's what gets those little birds down in my man jungle singing a little song, doing a little dance. Over the past year, I've lost all loyalty to my alma mater. You know what I'm loyal to? Money. You know what I cheer for? Spreads. And that's why Dick's picks are as good as gold.
Hey, Dick, you got those figures for the normal?
Bullshit, Alan! God damn it, get the fuck out of here! Jackass! Last year, I picked Auburn preseason to win it all. Blew the winnings, Vegas, Little League World Series regionals. Those little faggots down in Virginia were supposed to be a lock. No. After a big loss, you might find me drowning my sorrows, surrounded by strippers and blow. And after a big win, I like to celebrate by surrounding myself with strippers and blow. Either way, I'm gonna need a shot of penicillin. Luckily, this year, I've got my boys at every major college campus across the nation giving me the inside scoop. Big time boosters. And that's why for the rest of the season, I'm gonna be your go-to guy for betting on college football. Now let's get into this week's picks. Obviously, a couple of this week's top games are rife with scandal, but hopefully you were smart like me and got in early on those lines. I put big money on Maryland to cover plus 5.5 against Miami. And now thanks to that sleazy abortionist down in Florida, Miami has itself ineligible starters, and I've got myself a lock. I also played fast and loose by taking Oregon to cover -1 against LSU. And that was before Jordan Jefferson had to turn himself in for introducing his size 13 Jordans to a Marine's face. He'll have a difficult time completing passes from cell block C. Ducks fans shouldn't get too comfortable though. Phil Knight might end up making Nevin Shapiro look like a goddamn saint. Those lines might not be available anymore. So let's talk about a couple of games that you can still get action on. First, the Battle of the Texas Christian Schools. Baylor is hosting the TCU Horned Frogs. And while Baylor students are handing out promise rings like they're fucking candy and getting engaged left and right, TCU students seem to be mailing in their tithe. The only reason they drop to one knee is to slap the holy wine bag in the parking lot and give blowies. I like the favorites here. I'm taking TCU at -6.5. But I guess we'll see which team really does have God on their side. In another matchup down in the Lone Star State, Texas A&M hosts SMU. Texas A&M, your cheerleaders are all dudes. You just de-pledged from the Big 12. And I don't think the SEC is giving you a bid anytime soon. Plus, at number 8, I think you're overrated. But this isn't the SMU Pony Excess team that your grandfather paid for back in the 80s. I'm going with the Texas A&M Aggies here at -16. For my next pick, let's talk about Boise State headed down to Athens to take on Georgia. Now, first off, Boise State, if you want to be taken seriously, get rid of the Smurf turf. It's an unfair advantage. That blue field blends in with your jerseys. They're a 3-point favorite, but I like the Bulldogs here. Georgia's coach is on the hot seat, and I expect them to have a pretty decent season. And now, for the dick pick of the week. This is my lead pipe lock. You can't fucking lose. I guarantee you will be rolling in dough on Sunday if you follow my lead here. We're headed down to Oxford, Mississippi, where Ole Miss is hosting BYU. Now, those Stormin' Mormons might be appalled at the blood alcohol content of every Rebel tailgater in the Grove. But let's be real. Ole Miss is an SEC punching bag. I like BYU here to cover the 3-point spread. Unless, of course, their starting quarterback decides to have consensual sex with his high school sweetheart. Hotty toddy, you might tailgate like champions, but your football team sucks a cold hard cock. This has been Dick's Picks with yours truly, Dick Perry. Now you've got all the information you need to dominate Week 1. Let me leave you with 2 bits of advice. When in doubt, parlay. And the slick back is the new swoop. Now get the fuck out of my office.